this is the second one. We have 4 buttons, just the same way. Developer, insert button, you do your button, you rename, okay, you rename, multiply by 2, then you duplicate or just copy and paste, and you rename these ones like this. Now when you are done with that, you now go to Visual Basic. You can just still approach it from here. Then with that one, you see this sub multiply range. This formula is very critical. Range bracket, if for in quotation marks, dot value, no space, is equal to range. All these things, there is no space. You want to range e4 dot value multiply by 2 for multiply, then you end it. For increase, range e4 dot value is equal to range e4 dot value plus 2. For decrease, range e4 plus dot value is equal to range e4 dot value minus 2. And then you do the same for square root. When you are done with that, you come over here, you right click multiply, you assign macro, you see multiply, because we said sub multiply. Sub is like a sub delegation or something like that. I've forgotten, but you start with sub. That's how it says. You see multiply here. That's what we used. Then increase by 2, you do the same, assign macro, you say increase, and then you say okay, but you've already done, so there is no need. Then when you do all those, if you put here, if we say multiply by 2, this was the cell that was active while we were doing it. That's why the cell is the only thing being affected. So if we delete everything inside here and put 5, multiply by 2, then increase by 2, 12, decrease by 2, decrease, you see, increase by 2, multiply by 2, 16, square root 4, square root of 4, like that, and it keeps on going. Just like that, and you are done with this. Then we go to the third one, reposition and this. Come on, focus. Reposition and displacement of cells. Now with this one in sheet 3, we do this. These are just 4 buttons. Just insert button. I'm the one that made it, just fill in 2 places so there will be a uniform measurement. Yeah, okay. You duplicate, Ctrl D, move it to wherever you want. Moving is very time consuming. Then this is it.
You have Bluetooth on. Is it just you have memory card or you are connecting with?
It's Bluetooth for now. So we have this. Then we'll put this one again. If you want to move this now, you don't click it. If you want to move it, you right click, you move away, then you can move it. So that's how we did up, left, and right. This is just home fill color. This fill color that I changed. So it's nothing much. So I can do this now. Control Z, come on. No. Oh gosh. Tamam. Okay, now we did this. Then we come over to our Visual Basic. In our Visual Basic, we do the same after end. This is square root. We start with move up. Now this selection, start with selection, which is the cell selected. Offset means move. Then this is where you talk about your mass. This is y-axis and x-axis, vertical and horizontal. So vertical -1. This one is not actually like mass. The y-axis is inverted. -1 means move upwards. +1 means move downwards. Yeah, it's just like that. So -1 here would mean move up 1 space, and on the x-axis there is no movement. Then you select, because if you move up, you don't just move, you unselect the cell, you move up once and select the cell. Simple stuff like that. Then you end. Remember the space after this. So we have move up, move down, positive 1, move left,
Is that to change?
0, because there's nothing happening on the vertical axis, and -1 on the left. and moving left, then right. Selection offset 0, nothing happening on the vertical, but there is a positive here. So when you go back to your this, if you select here, you right click up, assign macro, you see move up, this is move up, okay, and you do the same, assign macro, move right, okay, then move down, and then move left. Now if we have this, you see move up, move right, move down, move left, you see. But then notice this, you are the limit. If you move up, what happens? It says runtime error 104, application defined or object defined error. Application defined, object defined error, you end. Because in normal systems with additional devices, it is programmed so that when it reaches the end, it gives a beep sound instead of terminating this. But because we didn't do that, it just terminates it. That one is a story for another day. So in most things like those Nokia phones back then, what you have is the right here to be assigned with a macro of left, and left to be assigned with a macro of up, and maybe the rest are like that. So when you are here, you want to move right and you're moving left. You move left, you are moving up. You move up, it goes up. You move down, it comes down. Sometimes they're all inverted, but you can't move right because of this. That's it for this one. That's reposition and displacement of cells. Then the last one, list with loops. This is the end result. Now how you do it, let me create a new sheet. You the normal way, insert a button this big, okay, rename, sorry, that's edit text, then that's a list with loops. I can't use one hand to type, you know what I mean, list with loops. So we go over to our Visual Basic. The Visual Basic, you see list with loops. You have to be careful with this one. It says dim counter as integer. Let counter be integer, just like normal stuff. Then for counter, we are stating counter is equal to 0 to 5. Okay, let me repeat it here. Sub and we have list, come on, with loops. There should be no space in between. See, because there was space, and there's no space, and appears automatically. So we start with dim counter as integer. That's one part. Move over to your next line for counter, equal to 0 to 5, and you see this my mistake. If you counter equal to 0 to 5, then you do so with selection.value, you give space equal to, you give space counter, then selection offset. Now you see that on the y-axis you move once down because it's positive and nothing happens on the left. That means move it down once, then you see select and that. So let me delete this one because it's kind of no use, just here to occupy space. So with this, now if we go to our Excel, it's the same thing you do here. So if you have this, if you say create list, because of that loop, remember the end also had next something. You see this, you see, after the end it has moved on. You keep on making lists and lists and lists until you are tired. But then If you come to the Visual Basic and change this and put it 1 1, that's 1 down, 1 right. That's what happens here. If you create list, you see, it keeps on going that way. Then if you put it -1, minus, I'm using hyphen, -1. So with this, you have this, and it's, you see now it reaches the end again. So that's just basically what I've done so far in macro.